Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Subsistence. I'm stood on the roof getting cold in the wet, watching this level 2 cougar who's been hanging around all night, and a bit of a nuisance because as soon as I move off the foundation he's going to come at me, so that was kind of a pain. Anyway, just to catch you up, a day or two gone by and I've moved this around. I've ditched those steps for now. I've just put them out of the way down there because it was too high and it was extending too far out from the base, which was, I think, causing the hunters to come round the front to attack. So I think I would rather be able to just crouch on top of the ground there in the hope that they will continue their attack from that direction. So we'll have to see how that goes. Oh, finally the rain stopped. Nothing much else has changed. I did, out and about yesterday, find a locked crate, but you didn't miss anything. I got, where are we, 7 sinew I think it was, from the locked crate, and I got 1 cottonseed, and I've since found another in a crate, and there was a little bit of copper and some protein packs and, you know, the usual stuff, nothing particularly exciting. So I have made myself a replacement lockpick, and we are just waiting for the power to come back up now. And as you saw, I've made a rope and used the copper that I got to make 3 circuit boards. So with scrap and we need a little bit more adhesive, I can then make our first solar panel. So I'm going to be needing to shoot deer, which is kind of good because I need protein. And we need the fat for biofuel. We're kind of a little bit desperately low on that. So that's the plan for today. And obviously more logs. Always more logs. Hopefully the rain will stay away. I don't really like going out looting in the rain. And we haven't got any protein. So I'm going to have a couple of protein bars. It's a nuisance. 18 arrows, 14 pistol, some rifle. So lock crate and loot is on the agenda today. I will check the fish traps on the way out and get away from that cougar, in the hope that if anything's got caught overnight, we can get it out of there and catch some more stuff during the day. That's the plan. So we do need to hit these grub trees without running into a bear or a wolf. I think between the two, hopefully. You can see the ammo bag over there. So I've been looking at the map overnight. There don't appear to be any road camps in the immediate area. There is one directly between Alpha and Bravo, but I'm not planning on going over that way just yet. I didn't see any others in our immediate area, so we should be pretty clear. I'd like to have got the grub tree up there as well, but I think that'll have to wait. Let's check the fishermen. Don't see any ripples on the water. Okay, 2, 1 and 1, 2, 2. So nothing overnight. I did top them up last night just as it was going dark. I'm not really surprised. We'll grab the kelp while we're passing. see any more. Maybe a little bit over the far side, but not too worried about that. Not run straight into that bear. So yeah, I would like to get some progress done with the base. It seems to be dragging on a long time, but it's kind of an awkward shape because I'm having to work around those rock formations. Oh, moved his head just as I fired. See the rabbit. So that's one. We're going to need another one, I think, because I don't have any antlers at all. I need 3 to make adhesive. Oops, wrong one. So ideally I would get them in 3s, so that would give me 6 antlers. Means I can make 2 lots of adhesive. Not seeing any loot crates yet. Don't know if maybe they'll spawn a bit later in the day this time. There we go. I was going to say, normally find them around here. Biofuel's nice. Keep my eye open for a locked crate. Very popular area for them. No, not seeing one, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop some wood, because we need wood anyway. Sometimes they will spawn while you're hanging around in the area. Rather than make me sit there and look at a tree, I will bring you back in a few minutes. And welcome back. Well, the rain didn't hold off for very long. Unfortunately, it's coming down again. There is, however, behind that rock to my right, a deer, which we need. So, let's see if I can intercept it without scaring it. Assume it didn't despawn. It's just literally walked up the hill and went behind that rock, so have to be careful of alpha around here as they're going fishing. Oh, and around the back, the other side. It's playing hide and seek with us. Lovely. Always nice when you get a headshot on them. You can't do a one-shot kill on a level 3 with an unmodified rifle. But a level 1 and 2, if you can get the headshot, takes them down straight away, which is always nice. Anyway, I have converted a bit of wood into planks. I'm going to keep some wood because we're going to need it for the fire. There is no sign yet of a locked crate, which does surprise me. But it can sometimes spawn much further over the back, so I'm just going to wash my hands. Ooh, look at all this fibre I'm missing. Love the fibre because you can save on putting logs on the fire. And another deer. Lovely. I bet that's a level 3. Oh, straight through. There we go. Stop there. Yeah, that's a level 3. Shame the one bullet went straight through it. That's always a nuisance when it does that. If you're not perfectly lined up, I guess. Is it not? It doesn't hit the ground or anything, so it doesn't scare the deer. And the builder crate as well. Super. I'm just going to hope that there will stay away long enough to harvest it. Oh! Yes, hello. That's what I was saying about fishermen. That's a bit of a shame. Ooh, okay. Rifle round. Drop that a minute. Head up. Oh, okay. I'll pick it up. Thank you. Now the bears are in the way. I'm going to try not to use a bandage. My health gets too low, I'll have to, but I'd rather not. Yeah, so running into fishermen is always going to be a problem, because you never know which lake they're going to. They just sort of randomly choose a lake. I was focused on the excellent loot, well, excellent, a blueberry, a builder crate, and obviously the deer that we need to harvest, so I wasn't really paying too much attention, but yeah, that's alright, we got him, fairly cheap kill, and we got a rifle round back off him as well. Okay. What can we change here? Even fiber? I'm going to go onto the shore for a second. And we can compact those down a bit. A couple of spaces then. Nice. A couple of fish oils for a couple of grubs. Call that a fair trade. Unfortunately, running into that fisherman means we're probably going to get a revenge attack tomorrow, and I think tomorrow is an attack day anyway. So we might have a little bit of action going on tomorrow. But that's fine, don't mind the weapon parts. If they want to keep bringing me weapon parts, that's fine by me. Wondering whether I should pick that fibre up. Make some space. there, so... Yeah, I think we'll leave that there and we'll have the copper. Ooh, see the cougar on the rock there. You get tempted to run for the iron, you're going to be running from the cougar. Copper. And zinc. Oh, there's all sorts on this rock, isn't there? Potassium, iron, copper and zinc. I think we might be able to snag that copper. Just about got away with it. I got no room for the iron anyway, unfortunately. As much as I would have liked it. Right, and we'll get back, cook up some of this meat. Because I didn't have much protein when I started. And we're full anyway. It's kind of getting a bit late in the day already. Shooting. Some iron on the doorstep. Actually I won't do that. Where is that shooting? Sounds awfully close. The mountain from me. Right, let's drop this stuff off anyway before we get into any more trouble. That's all for there. That's all for there. And there's yellow. That part. The rest is food. Yeah, I don't know who was shooting, but whoever it was high up the mountain there. If by any chance they were shooting the cougar, it'd be kind of nice, because the cougar's probably going to win that battle. No idea. It sounded like it was coming up from up the mountain there. Which is a bit odd. I didn't think hunters wandered that far up, but maybe they do. Okay. He's out there. Right, we're going to need... Is it 150 mass? Can't really afford the biofuel at the moment, so I'll just turn that on to get the mass up. Then we'll have to wait, I think. Yeah, I saw the ammo crate outside, by the way. We're trying to get this food. Maybe have time if we're quick. Trying to get this food cooked without wasting too much of it. I'd like to know what that shooting was all about. So, rescue our food, and if we've got time, we'll run up the mountain and have a look. If there's any injured animals up there. That in there. I think we're good on fire starters at the moment, so I'll keep the match. Don't want to forget to put the fuel brick in, which you can guarantee I'm going to, and then the fire's going to go out. I'm just waiting for these livers, and then we'll see what's going on. So yeah, we've got 7 weapon parts, but I'm going to need 20, I think it is, for a double barrel. And the reason I'm keen to get a double barrel, obviously we'll have to up our power and mass and ability to make it, but double barrel is excellent for shooting cougars. And obviously we're going to need the sinew, so that's why I'm keen to get to that point. You can also use it to make a recurve bow. I think it requires 15 for a recurve bow, but I'd rather have the double barrel first at least. Right, let's put those in there. We're not going to ever get around to eating those. I'll chuck that on anyway. Don't want to risk it going out. And just while we've got a little bit of light left, I'll wander up here. I can't think of anywhere up here that, or any reason why a hunter would be walking up here. It makes sense. That's definitely where the shooting was coming from. Strange. Don't hear a cougar, which is odd. I see one though. And she's 193 of 205, so, yeah, there's a bag there, look, on the ground. If we can get it. Yeah, so either a rogue or a hunter, because you do get gears off hunters as well. So either a rogue or a hunter tangled with the cougar. This is a good location to get an overview of the base. Yeah, you can see kind of sprawling out in size. It's getting to be quite a big base, although it doesn't feel that way when you're inside it. But I think if I can keep that little porch, veranda type thing on the front, maybe use that for our plant beds and rail it off or something, if I can get access to it, and then have the upper level, you know, as a bedroom, second floor kind of storage maybe area. Right, we're nearly there. We needed 150, so we're actually running out of electricity. But I think while we're waiting for that, we could be getting on with these. And I always forget, who is it? 12, I think. Oh, 1, thank you. 46, so it's going up so slowly. More shooting. Must be a rogue camp up there, I think, and that cougar's found it. So we might find some free bags up there. That'll be, well, they'll despawn long before I get there. Right, adhesive. Yeah, it was 4, so I miscalculated. That's okay. I'd rather have too much than not enough. Couple of apples. And a liver. Oh, is it? Oh, it must have tripped off, and it's, yeah, I was waiting for it to do that last 4, but it must have tripped off, and the electricity was coming back up again. That's okay, we're going to have to wait till the morning anyway, at least, to get that power back up, because I really don't want to run the generator. As you can see, we're desperately short of biofuel. That is all the biofuel I've got. 18. 1 generator fill. That's really not enough, need more. But there we go. So yeah, what I was thinking of in here, now you can jump on a workbench, which gets you kind of half a block nearly up, but it's not a very neat solution to the problem. That's the bit we need to get to there, which is 1.5 blocks from here. So again, I could use a ladder hatch in the middle here, but that means we're going to have limited space to put things like plant beds, although it would achieve a solution. So yeah, perhaps a ladder hatch up the middle there. The other possibilities are we could put like lower this ceiling here, this main ceiling here. If I lower that to be level with that half block, so that that becomes part of that floor, we could perhaps go up there, though it is a bit of a nuisance because that's where I wanted the workbench. Tricky. Anyhow, right, let's have a quick look at the map. See if we can identify. Yeah, there's that rogue camp, so that's right next to the cougar roams around this area here. So that's why they were getting nailed. So we've still got Alpha here and Bravo over there. As far as I can tell, no sign of Charlie. We know that's not Charlie, 2 reasons. 1, it's a green glow lamp, glow stick thingy, which makes it a rogue. And 2, Charlie don't have a fire. So the fact that there's a fire there means it cannot be Charlie. So, no sign of Charlie yet. Charlie normally spawns a little bit further away than Alpha and Bravo, so distance from here to here, Charlie would be somewhere around this kind of range. So, no sign of them yet. And our cougar is back. Interested. Oh, there he is. It's back up to 205, so it wasn't him they were shooting. I'm just interested to see how much health he's got. I'm going to leave you there on tenterhooks. In the next episode, we will most definitely be building the solar panel. The first solar panel. We're just going to be waiting for 500 power now to do that. and that should come up during the course of the day's looting. So I will spend the rest of the day doing some looting, and if I find a lock crate I will bring that one to you. Okay, maybe not bye-bye then. We are being attacked. The ladder, see where you are. Are you coming up here? Please come up here. No, they're attacking the rocks. Well, shouldn't have stood still. Anyone else? Hear footsteps, I think, but yeah, I hear a gun. Where are you? Come on, come down my little funnel. Like a purpose-built funnel. Ooh, that was nasty. Rifle headshot. Come on, stick your head round the corner. There's a good boy. Watch my health here. I think he might have run away actually. Yeah, I don't hear him anymore. I think he's run off. Oh, he's got a rifle. Oh! That wasn't very friendly. He's got a rifle and started running away, and he immediately shot me. And that's why we have a bed. But unfortunately I can't put any more on it. Now, where did he go? That while we can. Yeah, I knew I was short of health, that's why I immediately, as soon as I saw him, I turned around to run away. But, yeah, unfortunately, he shot me in the back. Like the coward that he is. Oh, hey, got a fish. And I got my good pants back, so we can tear those up. And with that, we can make one of the bandages we lost. And we did lose, I think, or did I leave it in the fire? I didn't say. Not sure whether I lost a canteen there. This way, aren't we? Okay. Oh, I took a canteen off me. You always lose the starter canteen, the free one that it gives you at the beginning of the game. It takes that free one back off you. So, if, like me, you hadn't made another one, then you're going to lose one. What was that? So we lost a few arrows, a couple of rifle rounds, and a canteen. Not too bad at all. Right, let us put some of this stuff away. And that's all ammo. I will make some more arrows. I like to keep a few spares, but as you can see I kind of been using them, so what I'll do is I'll put those in there and we'll make some spares anyway. We need another canteen. And go for 18 arrows, I think. I use a lot. I tend to use them as my go-to. As you may have noticed, I don't... Oh, it took our pistol off us as well, look. Wow, never had that. Well, I have had that happen, but not for a very long time. It's very unusual. Just wait for these sticks. Oh, and here's another. And this time we don't have a spawn on the bed. Or a pistol. But, okay, let's see where you are. Ow! Wow, I haven't got any arrows yet either. Come on. Come and face the music. I'm trying to stand on the snow in the vain hope that it'll come up this side. You seem very loath to do that. I'm concerned about attacking the rocks for some reason. Like, why run all the way around there? If you're gonna run around, you might as well run around properly, can't you? Yeah, where are you? He's hiding over there. They like their trees, don't they? I wasn't going to let him get away. That was just too rude. So I think the first one was possibly Bravo, and this one was Alpha. I suppose it could have been a revenge attack and a scheduled attack. That's possible. Because we didn't kill them all on the first one, did we? That one guy got away, so it could have been him coming back again. Anyway, he's dead now. Oh. Wooden foundation. I would rather had a weapon part. And we did get some more ammo back, so that's kind of good. Right, we're making arrows. We need a pistol or a magnum. I think I'd rather carry a pistol around with me. So, I'll put that in there for now. Was now 3 of those, 5 scrap, and strangely 4 cordage to make a pistol. That seems a bit strange to me. And we need one of those. As if to tell him he's not the only one that's got a rifle. Anyway, we're halfway through the next day now, and I was about to sign off when all that attack took place, so I'm going to sign off again. Thank you very much for watching. A little bit of action at the end there. Hope you enjoyed that, and take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye now.